Unemployment not only impacts our veterans, but also military spouses. Military families are twice as likely to relocate than civilian families, and that could be tough on making a career. So what can military spouses do? I'm joined now by Fox Business Network's Cheryl Casoni. So military families, they move every 2 to 3 years on average.
This is the biggest challenge for military spouses, and we've talked about this before, that, we're talking an 85% unemployment at the bottom levels right now for these spouses because they can't find that network, that community. So a lot of challenges for them, but some ideas coming out and being published. I want to give a big shout out to Career Step. They came out with some great tips that I wanted to share with our audience. They say first you've got to consider the portability of the job that you choose if you're one of these spouses. I mean, certainly it's got to be a job that you can take from state to state, sometimes from country to country. And then sometimes you have to get licensing certifications. You and I have talked about this with regards even to our veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan. They come back, they want to be a medic in, say, Chicago. Well, they don't have the proper certifications for that. This is another thing that the spouses as well have to consider. But there are a lot of challenges out there for these guys and gals.
And in order to get these transfers of the certifications, how is that done?
Well, you have to do the research on a state-to-state basis. Sometimes you can have jobs. Let me give some ideas here, in particular in the healthcare industry. Pharmacy technician. That's a job that can go from state to state. The certifications are fairly similar. Medical coder, a medical administrative assistant, nursing, that can be a little bit different. Stay-at-home jobs. I get a lot of emails from people that want to stay at home. Things like medical transcriptionist, freelance professional, direct sales representative. Those are more portable without the certifications. Lots of things to think about.
Right, and you want to think about, what types of jobs are out there. What's the opportunity like?
Yeah.
And think on a nationwide scale, I guess.
Yeah, actually, and also, too, I'm always finding a lot of technology jobs. This, I think, is very exciting for military spouses because what you can do is you can actually take online coursework. That is something that you can do no matter where you are. It's particularly if you know you're going to be moving to a new city or to a new state, coming home from overseas. You certainly can take those online courses to get you prepared for that new job at that new company. But
start looking ahead of time. If you know you're about to move, don't wait until you move.
Right. And it's interesting because we talk so much about the unemployment rates, and it still is very high for Iraq and Afghanistan. That younger demographic of veteran. But the spouses really have the bigger challenge, and that they also again don't have that network, that community. And that's something else that's a very basic thing that you can do if you're a spouse, is to build that network and community and start to kind of reach out to people and say, well, I think I want to maybe be a nurse. I think I want to work in a pharmacy.
Yeah, and sometimes people really do forget the sacrifices that the entire families make. It's not just the service members. Cheryl Casoni, thank you so much.
You bet.
Great stuff.